Hi, thanks for logging on to sallyhughesbeauty.com. I am quite excited about today's video because I know how much people want it. I am asked this question all the time. I'm going to be talking about layering and specifically which order products go on your face. There's a great deal of confusion around this. Where does serum go in your routine? You know, where do you put your moisturiser on, primer? There are lots and lots of different stages that products need to be slotted in at if you choose to use them. I cannot stress enough, I do not expect you to use every type of product I'm going to show you today. I'm merely showing you where in the routine they go if you choose to use them. And I'll let you know along the way what can be substituted, dropped and so on. But best to be on the safe side and tell you everything in case there's any confusion. So the products here are all products from my bathroom. They're all things I'm using myself at the moment. So that seemed the easiest way to go. The first thing I do, always morning and night, is to cleanse with a hot cloth and a cream cleanser. I happen to be using Clarins at the moment, but it's usually Liz Earle or Clarins Cleansing Milk or Simple or various other ones, but that's always my first port of call. So cleanser on dry skin, massaged in, removed with a hot wet cloth, done. That never changes. After that, the first product that touches your face after cleanser, apart from toner if you choose to use it, I skip it, it's a complete waste of time, does nothing to your skin. However, I know that people enjoy using toner, so at that point, fine, over your face with the toner, I don't bother. The very first treatment effective product that goes on your face after cleansing is serum. Always serum. Now the reason we do serum first is because serum is extremely fine in texture and it penetrates better into the skin. If you put a heavy cream or an oil onto your skin first, then put on a serum, your serum simply won't go into your skin. It'll have a barrier in front of it and you'll be wasting your money. So before you do anything else, serum. So ignore that thing they say in the magazines about having damp skin. I think that's stupid. I think it stops the serum from sinking in, and I also think it dilutes the serum, which, let's face it, is not a cheap product. So pat your face dry properly with a towel, then you want some serum. This just happens to be the one I'm using. It's Elizabeth Arden Privage. I love it, but it is super expensive. The same application technique applies to all serums and same order and so on. So you just take a pump or two and you just massage it into your skin. Now, you really do want to work it into your skin. It's not something you just kind of tap on and leave. You want to really work it into your skin because with serum, texture's really on your side. It can really penetrate into the skin quite quickly. So just work it in, give yourself a nice facial massage as you do it. When that is done, you can either, let's say we're in the morning, you can either move on to your moisturiser or you can put on an oil. I don't recommend using a facial oil during the day. I recommend it at night, so I'm going to skip it for now and show you when we get to the night time where to put it. I now would move on to a cream. Now, there are lots and lots of different types of creams, and I think this is where it gets confusing for people. Where do they put the sunblock on? Where do they put the moisturiser on? Where do they put the BB cream on? And so on. The thing to do here is to think about your environment and the weather and just choose a product. I only ever put on one product at this stage because who can be bothered? Honestly, by the time you get it all on, it's time to take it off and go to bed. So, if I wasn't doing anything, if I was just messing around the house, I would choose a moisturiser with no sun protection in it. In this case, Chanel Hydra. But any moisturiser with no sun protection in just makes my skin feel really nice after a shower. Goes on over the serum. Lovely, job done, comfortable for the day. If I am going out and about, I would use a moisturiser with a sun protection in it. In this case, Kiehl's, but again, it doesn't really matter. And this has added sun protection in it, so this will give you enough comfort and a good base for your makeup, but also it will protect you from incidental sun, like, you know, if you're just nipping out for a sandwich or you're kind of out and about, it's not baking sunshine. What you can also do here is you could substitute both of those creams for a BB or a CC cream. Now, I don't really use these, and the reason I don't use them is I don't think they're very good on dry skin. If you happen to have oilier skin and you find BB really works for you here, you can just pop this on straight after your serum in place of a moisturiser and have it do the same job. You're not really counting on moisturiser to treat your skin, to be perfectly honest. Much as I hate to sell out my entire industry, serum does more for your skin than moisturiser. Moisturiser provides comfort and protection, which is massively important, but the treatment ingredients are less important. So here you can just pop your BB cream on straight over your serum, and that's probably enough for you. If it's boiling hot, or even if it's just summer with strong sunlight and you want a proper sunblock, you can do one of two things. You can either put it on over your moisturiser, or you can do what I do, which is to choose a sunblock with enough moisture in it that you can skip the moisturiser. So i.e. you would put your sunblock straight over your serum and skip the moisture part. I just think it's too much. Serum, moisturiser, sunblock, makeup, I just think it's really overdoing it for your skin. So if it was really strong sunlight, I would go straight to this. This is Givenchy Hydra Sparkling, again, doesn't matter which one you use. I would put this on straight over serum, and it ticks both boxes for me. It keeps my skin moist, but also gives me a high level of protection. You always, always, always want something that protects against both UVA and UVB. It's only law to protect it against UVB, so you must make sure, because UVA is the one that ages your skin. At that point, once your moisturiser is sunk in, if you want to use a primer, and it is not essential, but if you want to use a primer, that is when you go in for that. This is Laura Mercier Radiance Primer. This happens to be the one that I use. I put this on over whatever comfort product I've used. So whether I've used a moisturiser with sunscreen, without one, a sunblock, a BB cream, whatever. A primer is what goes next. If you're wearing foundation. If you're not wearing foundation, don't bother with a primer, it's just too much for faff. A primer shouldn't be massaged into the skin. So while I've told you to massage in the other products, a primer, you just want to kind of stroke onto the skin. And the reason you do that is because I find that if you work a primer in too much to your skin, it tends to disintegrate, because it's usually a silicone product and it tends to go into little balls, which is really, really horrible. Just stroke it on, leave it for a few moments before you move on to your foundation. If you're wearing it, again, please don't think I'm telling you to wear all these products, I'm just telling you what order they come in. If you're wearing a foundation, which you almost certainly are if you're wearing a primer, now is the time to go in with the foundation. I happen to use a brush. You can use fingers or a sponge. I think sponges are ever so wasteful though, I have to say. And that goes over your primer and blend it in. And most common misunderstanding in the world when it comes to makeup, it is at that point you apply your concealer. Concealer does not go underneath foundation. I don't know who came up with this stupid notion, but if you put your concealer on before your foundation just rubs it off. And also, you don't know how much you need to correct until you've got your foundation on. Sometimes just a little wash of foundation will correct everything. You don't need loads of cover up. So after your foundation or your tinted moisturiser, whatever it is you're using is on, then you can apply your concealer and just dab it on to any areas of redness, greyness, and just blend with your finger. And then you can go on with the rest of your makeup, which I won't go through because it will take forever. But that's your basic daily skincare routine. If at any point in this routine you feel you want to use an eye serum or an eye cream, I personally don't, because I've got very dry skin and I would rather put my facial products all over around my eyes. But if you want to wear an eye product at any point in that routine, you put it on at the same time as your moisturiser in place of it. So instead of taking your moisturiser all over your face, you would stop here and then put the eye cream on. Instead of putting your serum all over your face, you would stop here and put the eye serum on. Personally, I can't be asked, but if that's what you want to use, that's where you would slot it in. So nighttime, start all over again. Cleanse with a hot cloth cleanser. Serum immediately. As soon as you finish cleansing, serum is the finest grade product, that goes straight on. So you're then back onto your comfort products, the ones that leave your skin kind of moist. So at this point, you can use a night cream or an oil or both. Lots of people think you have to use an oil instead of a serum or a serum instead of an oil. I disagree. You can absolutely use both a serum and an oil, but the serum must go in first. The moment you put oil on, you will block out any ingredients from the serum. So serum first, then if you want some extra comfort, some oil. I very, very often do this. This is Clarin's Blue Orchid Oil, which is a real favourite of mine. And I put it on over my serum once it's been massaged in. A few drops. Massage it in really well, and it just gives a lovely kind of plump, luxurious feel to the skin. It smells amazing, which is nice when you're in bed and it's kind of up against your nose all night. And I would really massage that in. For most people that will be enough, but not everyone. If at that point you then want some extra comfort, if you like to wake up in the morning and feel like your skin's still got a little bit of something on it, that it hasn't all been slurped up, after you've massaged that in, just put some night cream on, it's fine. This is Provage by Elizabeth Arden, just happens to be what I'm using at the moment. And that goes over the massaged in oil. Obviously you have to have quite dry skin to really want to do this, otherwise it would make you mad with the all the excess moisture, but it's certainly allowed, put it that way. So cleanse, serum, oil, night cream and eye cream if you want to use it, or cleanse, serum, oil, or cleanse, serum, night cream. As long as you do them in that order, it doesn't matter how many products you want to use, it's entirely up to you. And obviously a slick of lip balm and some hand cream before bed. If you have any questions, I appreciate this can be confusing, so if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments section underneath and I will be very, very happy to answer them. Thanks very much for watching. See you next time. Bye.